What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome along to episode number 17 of the F1 Ultimate Career Series for the Mexican Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the last episode, make sure to go check that one out before you see this one. And of course, make sure to get subscribed for more future F1 content as the series continues on. So, 3 races to go then in the 2020 season, and our chances in the Drivers' Championship are looking fantastic. We could be set for as high as a P5 finish if these last 3 rounds go our way. But of course, first we have got some R&D points to spend and what will likely be some of our final few upgrades this season. Got enough for another one after minor aero upgrade. We'll go for one in the chassis department and make further progress on our tyre blankets there. Of course, I've got another one coming through that we put in from the last episode. We are now the 5th fastest team in terms of R&D. But of course, as they have been all season, McLaren and Renault still breathing down our necks. There is the performance chart. And look at our results on the bottom screen as well. It's fantastic stuff across this first campaign. I've been thoroughly pleased with the pace. In terms of power unit, I think we should be safe to the end of the season now, thanks to the good penalties we took in Sochi. And there's the Drivers' Championship. As you can see there, Vettel is just 14 points in front of us. A few small gains in the last 3 races each, and we could still be on for as high as 5th place. Potentially. And of course, there's the rivalry. We gained another point on Sainz last time out. We can try and gain some more here. And we've only got 2 races, so Mexico and Brazil, to cap off this rivalry. There'll be no rival to worry about going to Abu Dhabi. So we'll start advancing time now, getting ready for the 3rd to last race of the season. And I will say while we are waiting for this, guys, again, thank you so much for all the support that's been going through on the first 16 episodes of this series. I've thoroughly enjoyed making it as we continue on to this little season break here. I've got enough for another upgrade. Have a look here. McLaren and Renault have both jumped us in terms of R&D. So let's go for another upgrade in the powertrain department. I feel like we recently put a lot into aero and chassis, so we'll go towards that side on the left and go for another minor upgrade there. And we've got enough for a minor one. Yes, we do. So in terms of which one to go for, we'll go for the one on fuel efficiency. And that'll come through with our aero and chassis upgrades that are coming in prior to the next race. So here we go now, advancing time towards that stretch. The aero upgrade fails, so we have to try and use some points here. We've got a few recall resources coming through prior to the race that we can use to our advantage here. And obviously now we have got some resource points on the board. We'll go back and try and fix the aero issue. Now, of course, you'll notice that there are a few regulation changes coming in, so that we were asked briefly to try and save some upgrades for next season. But obviously, as we're moving on to F1 2021, we'll start from 0 R&D wise, with whichever team we choose to sign for. So we won't worry too much about that. We'll try and focus on any last upgrades we can make before the season comes to a close. So with that then all sorted, no more talking in terms of the team hub. Everything here is all set to go. It's time now to head to the Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the 3rd to last race of the season. Time now for the Mexican Grand Prix. So here we go then, time for qualifying for the Mexican Grand Prix, the 3rd to last qualifying session of the season. Of course, quali hasn't been fantastic recently. Haven't qualified inside the top 10 in quite a few races. So if we can try and do that today, that'll be the main target. Of course, the higher we can get up the better. Through turn 17, now the last corner, onto our first qualifying lap. Now, of course, Mexico relies quite a lot on top speed, so we have to rely on our power unit a fair bit over the course of this race. But crucially, there's an opportunity we can try and capitalise on here. That is Lewis Hamilton emerging from the pit lane in his Mercedes. So if we can try and close it behind him, going out of turn 3 and towards the second DRS zone, we can try and get a run and get a good slipstream going towards turn 4. And that again is potentially a 10th or 2 compared to what we'd normally get in terms of lap time. So we'll come up behind Lewis here out of turn 3, DRS deployed, and we'll follow right in his wake, right the way up towards the left-hander of turn 4, goes to the outside around the Mercedes car, and obviously that will hopefully be a sensible thing we try and pull for a place in the Grand Prix. But all in all, a decent first sector. We come through towards the line and see what sort of benefit that had towards the end of the first lap. 1:15.1. It's the fastest time, and we've beaten Max Verstappen on our first lap. Now that is something that perhaps we won't see for a fair while. That's not something we've seen all season. We actually topped the session with other drivers having set laps. Later on in the session, 3 minutes to go, Bottas has topped us, 1:14.9. We're still in second place behind, it was just in front of us, rather, in front of Charles Leclerc. Checker flag now falling for us, going on to our second lap of the session, saving a set of soft tyres for the race going into the last sector. And as you can see, we are 4 tenths down now, and that just shows you how much time we gained off Hamilton with that slipstream going towards turn 4. So that's helped us massively here. Verstappen's jumped us, so it's P3 for now, but it looks like there's no one else who can really improve and try and top us in the late stage of this session. So it could be set for P3 as we come to the last corners through the stadium section for the last time in qualifying. And it's been a while since we've been waiting for a decent result in qualifying for quite a while here. We come towards the line, well improved, but it doesn't matter though. P3, that's our best qualifying of the season and our career so far, and that could put us in a really good spot for the Grand Prix itself.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Bottas, Verstappen and Cohen. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
So Bottas takes pole, then Verstappen second, and we line up third in front of Leclerc and then Alexander Albon. Possibly our best opportunity yet to convert to some points, maybe even a second podium. Can we dream of the race win? Have we got the pace to do that? It's only 1 minute to find out. Time now for the Grand Prix.
Welcome along to the most populous city in North America and home now to the Mexico City Grand Prix. It's a sellout crowd as usual here at one of the shortest circuits on the Formula One calendar. So who, I wonder, will the crowd cheer on today to the top step of the podium? 17 corners then at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 10 to the right and 7 to the left, and all of them will have to be tackled in difficult, wet conditions here today. No DRS assistance either, at least not for the start of the race, but the best overtaking opportunities will still be down into turn 1 or shortly afterwards into turn 4. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Why don't we begin by discussing Alexander Albon? Looks like they've got a tough race in store today as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Cohen, Leclerc, Sergio Perez, and Hamilton, Stroll, Vettel, Norris, and Carlos Sainz. Gasly, Ocon, Kevin Magnussen, and Albon, Russell, Grosjean, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Kimi Raikkonen. Latifi and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Here we go then, no more talking, time for action in the Mexican Grand Prix from a remarkable third place on the grid behind the two championship rivals, Bottas and Verstappen. And as you can see, it is raining on the circuit, but not wet enough to the fact we need to put on wet tyres. So we're staying on the dries for this Grand Prix. So this could be a very exciting and also chaotic day. But there's a strategy then, 2 sets of soft tyres to be used and 1 set of mediums to bring us to checker flag. And we'll see if that will get us all the way to the end without too much drama. But here we go now. It is time for the race. Can we dream? Can we get redemption for Monza? It's time to find out. 5 red lights for Mexican Grand Prix. 3 rounds to go in this 2020 season. It's lights out, foot to the floor, and we are underway. Decent getaway there. Bottas and Verstappen pulling away. Verstappen trying to close on the championship lead, going towards turn 1. Leclerc alongside us, going down towards that first corner. One of the longest runs to the first corner of the season. Verstappen closing on Bottas, looks to the outside of the racetrack. We're on the outside of Leclerc, going into turn 1. Hamilton trying to go for a move as well on the inside, potentially into towards that first corner. Leclerc still side by side with us through turn 2, and now into 3. Bottas jumps in front of Verstappen. We line up 3rd, Leclerc 4th, and Hamilton rounds at the top 5. But all in all, a decent start there, holding on to our position, and we'll start to try and chase down Bottas and Verstappen.
6th in the championship.
6th place in the Drivers' Championship. We can try and take 5th in this race. Should something go wrong perhaps for Sebastian Vettel in this Grand Prix. He's our main target because he's so far in front in the standings. But Alexander Albon also, we need to beat him today in order to stand any chance of taking any places. On to lap 4 here. DRS is in play. We've got the fastest lap to our name, so we have got pace in this Grand Prix. We had a decent second lap, and that's what got us the bonus point for now. But Leclerc and Hamilton are keeping right in our tail, in particular Charles Leclerc, and Hamilton will get DRS off the Monegasque going out the last corner here. So we make our way back down towards the start-finish line, towards turn 1 for lap 5. Leclerc may get a fantastic run with DRS here to go down the main straight towards that first corner. A lot of DRS, a lot of battery needed to defend from the Monegasque and the Ferrari to charge towards the right-hander for the 5th time. Leclerc almost sliding there, goes to the outside, then the inside. Make your mind up, Charles. Go through the inside lane, in towards that first corner, jumps in from about half a car, we're trying to outbrake him through turn 2, over the curb slightly, and around the outside, as we've done in the first lap, jumping in back in front of Charles, sliding a little bit on corner exit, but making it work. And there's Bottas and Verstappen continuing to pull away here, and they are starting to slow up a little bit. And what's happened? The safety car's out, and we had an early incident in this Mexican Grand Prix. It's brought the safety car out for the first time. I'm about to see who that is exactly. It looks like one of the Williams cars. It is George Russell, who retired last time out in Russia, and is now going 2 for 2 in Mexico. So what's happened to our compatriot in that Williams? The car just peters out, and he's had to pull the car over to the side. There's Alexander Albon a fair bit down the order thanks to his grid penalties, and now going towards turn 1. Russell is out, so it's down to 19 cars in this Grand Prix, and a safety car deployed. Now, of course, this will have a big change in terms of strategy. At this point, we're trying to take a bit of a gamble here. Bottas stays out, Verstappen comes in. We're going to come in, we're going to fit on a set of medium tyres early, and perhaps try and go for that set of softs later on in the Grand Prix. So if we can try and make these mediums last as long as we can this second stint, and then go have the softs go to the end, and try and have the strongest tyres of anyone in the top 10, and from there try and fight forward and gain as high a place as we can towards the end of the Grand Prix. Could that work? Let's try and find out. But it's a risk we're taking. But everyone else most likely put onto the soft tyre, and we'll see in terms of if anyone goes onto mediums with us as well. No one for the minute. Safety car coming in this lap, and end of lap number 7. Latifi there in front of us, and there's Max Verstappen, who is of course the first car into the pit lane. So I feel like we're going to get a similar case to Monza here, in which we're trying to take advantage through tyre strategy. And this first bit of the restart, we're trying to follow Verstappen through the field, try to take as many places away as we can, and work our way back up towards the front. But Charles Leclerc's right there behind us with the slide there out of turn 17. As we get back on the way, the green flag goes back in the air. Leclerc to the outside, getting right to work. And there's Sergio Perez behind us in the racing point. Leclerc pulls alongside our AlphaTauri going towards that first corner. There's no DRS for the Monegasque, so we won't be able to take advantage that way. We'll try and hold on the inside, going towards the right hand. We've got the inside line going in, preferred line. And Leclerc tries to outbrake us side by side through turn 1. Latifi pulling away. Verstappen's already starting to make moves on the cars in front. We'll hold off Leclerc for now and we'll go through turn 3, keeping our P12 under control here. So we continue on to lap 8 of this Grand Prix, almost a quarter of the way through this thing, and going down the inside of Latifi now into turn 13 to start the final section, the stadium section. Verstappen has not made any progress on Ricciardo, so we'll stay in P10 for now. We'll take P11 from the Canadian. Hopefully we'll be able to keep Leclerc at bay for at least for a little bit, because I feel like he'll be the main concern behind us this race. Big slide there out of turn 17. Once again, Verstappen pulls away, and Leclerc may try to make a move on Latifi here as we go down towards turn 1. Keep an eye on Perez as well, because Perez also looking dangerously fast in that racing point.
Things stand, will be 8th in the championship.
8th place in the standings right now, losing places thanks, of course, to the obviously change in pit strategy. Onto the midway through lap 9 then, and closing in on Verstappen. We'll go down the inside of the Dutchman, in towards the left-hander, contact on the way through, and with that we'll let Verstappen go. No point in trying to keep that place, doesn't feel right to keep the place after making contact with him. That was probably an audacious move on our part, but he, again, can't make any progress on Ricciardo this lap, so we'll try and stay with Verstappen this time. But Leclerc has now dispatched Latifi, and we'll once again try and work on dispatching us. DRS is enabled, it won't come into play this time around, at least until we get towards turns 3 and 4. But Leclerc with a bit of slipstream might try and close him regardless, but isn't making much progress. So we'll hold on to P11 for now, and focus on just chasing down Ricciardo and Verstappen. Ricciardo being passed by Verstappen midway through lap 10, so he's now our next target, and you see Verstappen getting to work on Magnussen in the half. So try and go for the same move here as we did the last 2 laps, down the inside of Ricciardo, and this time pulling right there alongside him, over the curve slightly, gives us the space, and up back into the center of the points, paying places. But Verstappen a second away from us, so DRS range, we're not in his DRS range, but he'll get it off of Magnussen when he comes into the pit lane. But Ricciardo may try and get it back off us as we go through. But Ricciardo into the pit lane, so once again we're left dealing with Leclerc. A number of cars in the pit lane, Sainz and Hamilton coming in. Of course, Hamilton one of the strongest cars in the race, and Sainz our rival, we're beating him of course. So as we could tie him, perhaps even exceed him in the rivalry. On to lap 12, there goes Leclerc the inside, going towards turn 13. We let the door wide open. Verstappen is 4.5 seconds up the road to make that 5 seconds. Leclerc around the outside going into turns 16 and 17. Did he get DRS? Did we get it this time? Starting off the corner. Perez behind us trying to make a move, and Alex Albon not too far behind either. Might get DRS off of Perez. We got DRS off of Leclerc this time, so we'll get our first attack of using the wide open rear wing. But there goes Perez to our inside first. Perez makes the move first towards turn 1. We're closing on Leclerc regardless. We can go 3 wide potentially going towards turn 1 around the high line of both cars in towards that first corner and try to make it stick here. Leclerc stuck in the middle in a sandwich there. We go over the curve at turn 2, try to make room for everyone on the circuit. Perez loses out. Leclerc goes up in front of him, and we hold on to P2 for now. But in that, Albon, I think that's Lewis Hamilton, have closed in massively. So apologies, that's Sebastian Vettel. Bottas and Hamilton slightly further back here. But on to lap 14 again. Leclerc making his move. This time goes to the outside. Perez won't get to us in time. Leclerc takes P2 away. I'd say for now though, given what there goes Perez at the inside, going into turn 1. The Mexican pulls alongside his home Grand Prix. Can he try and bag a podium today? That's the objective, I'm sure, for him at Racing Point. We'll squeeze him onto the curb at turn 2 and maintain our place for now. Albon, Vettel, and then Bottas and Hamilton now all up behind us going towards turn 4.
Will be 7th in the championship.
Still 7th. We need to make some further progress. We need Albon and Vettel out of the way and slightly down the order, or we need to try and take the lead off of Verstappen or Leclerc. Verstappen into the pit lane at the end of lap 15, nearing the end of the halfway stage of this race. And we're not seeing any sort of tyre change from Verstappen. He's gone to another set of soft tyres, and he's shot himself in the foot because he did that under the safety car too. So we'll take the lead from Leclerc and Verstappen. Both cars coming into the pit lane, and Verstappen still needs to stop again for a set of mediums or something. But we now lead the way on lap 16, and Albon and Vettel right behind us. On to lap 17, those guys come to the pits a lap and a half later, and come through start lap 18, end of the first half of the Grand Prix. Our pit window is now open, but of course We're not going to pit just yet, and we'll have to wait a bit longer to pit on those soft tyres. But here comes Bottas though, and Hamilton going towards that first corner. Well, who will get the move done? William try and get to us first towards that first corner. There goes Lewis down the inside into turn 1, outbreaks us, and the 6-time world champion takes the lead away into turn 1. We'll try and pull alongside him though for turn 2, and there we go around the outside and holding on to the lead, just narrowly holding on. Norris there, P4. Verstappen, after making that pit stop, is still down P5. He's doing a great job. They have enough lead to try and have that happen after his pit stop. On to lap 19 now. Hamilton again going for it, making his move, going to the right-hand side of the track, going towards turn 1. Bottas close behind as well, won't go for a move, but Hamilton gets in front of us, and this time there's no challenging our compatriot in the Silver Arrow, who will take over the race lead. Bottas trying on our outside, then our inside for turns 2 and 3, but we'll hold on to our position for the minute, and we'll leave Bottas to try and fend off Norris, then Verstappen, then Perez, then Vettel behind us. That train continues to build more and more as the laps tick on, but Hamilton almost out of DRS range completely, and on to lap 20, he's 3 seconds to the good. There goes Bottas to our inside, dispatching us quite quickly, almost as he did in Monza a couple of races ago, and that puts down to 3rd place.
Will be 5th in the championship.
5th place now. Albon and Vettel both made their stops, so down the order slightly, so that's good for us. Bottas pits on lap 21, but Norris makes the move going towards that first corner, and again we'll check again.
Will be 5th in the championship.
Still 5th, but because of course Albon and Vettel are down the order having made their second stops. Of course we've still got our second stop to make, and on to the start lap 22. Hamilton pits, but again we'll check, see if we've got enough at the moment.
As things stand, we'll be 5th in the championship.
Constantly checking it, wanting consistent updates as to where we are in the standings compared to Albon and Vettel. Those are our 2 main targets. Verstappen moves back into the lead, easy pass on our AlphaTauri towards turn 1. Leclerc once again right behind the Stroll, and Ocon running at the top 5. Ocon's having a solid race up there. I haven't seen him much so far today, but as he pushes further on now, onto lap 23, going back to turn 1. Verstappen 3.5 seconds up the road. Leclerc still giving us pressure. Sainz in 4th, and Alex Albon now in 5th. Yellow flag behind us. It looks like Vettel's got a problem. That's definitely a Ferrari. It's not Alfa Romeo. We'll get confirmation. Vettel's out! And that's a virtual safety after deployed, not a full one. So we'll stay as we are on the racetrack. But Sebastian Vettel, crucially, that might have been what we needed. What's happened to Vettel? Going out of the last corner and towards turn 1. He's posing on our teammate Pierre Gasly on the replay. Unless we're going set for a move, DRS wide open for that Ferrari. It should be an easy overtake, as would be for the Verstappen or Hamilton or Bottas or Leclerc on us today. Vettel loses control and crashes the car, going down the main straight, and similar to what Leclerc did earlier on this Grand Prix, when he was trying to make a move on us going towards turn 1 with DRS, I think on lap 4, but wow, Vettel's out. Leclerc stays on the racetrack. We're coming into the pit lane though for our final stop of this Grand Prix onto those soft tyres. The medium tyres have worked perfectly. We've managed to keep pace with the race leaders on these tyres, and the softs will now be in our possession. Verstappen, as you can see, now on mediums. This is the genius bit of the plan, because everyone else will be on soft the majority of the Grand Prix, or will be on extremely warm mediums compared to ours. And so we'll be on the freshest soft tyres going towards the end. Literally, look at that, everyone around us now on mediums, and the chase begins over these last 13 laps of this Mexican Grand Prix. Can we work our way back and perhaps even onto the podium? We've been in the podium place the majority of the Grand Prix today, and we'll see what we can do here and see if the race wins on potentially. You never really know here in Formula 1, especially in a race such as this, dry tyres on a wet track. Our first target on lap 25 is Lance Stroll. A few cars coming into the pit lane put us P6, so we'll try and take the penalty for P5 here. Of course, he was our opponent in the championship a few races ago. We've now cleared him by a fair few points, and we'll clear him here going into turn number 7 and up into 5th place now. And our next target being our compatriot Lando Norris. Verstappen on the podium, currently chasing Bottas, and Hamilton still leads the way on to lap 26. We've considered a late dive going into turn 4. Didn't think about it too much. Stay where we are, but try and get a good exit out of 5 here and try and go to his inside towards 6 on the inside of our compatriot in the McLaren, and looking underneath, making the pass stick, and up into 4th now. 1 place off the podium, and with plenty of time in this Grand Prix and plenty of life in these soft tyres, the race win is on. On to lap 30 here, 7 laps to go, and Verstappen and Bottas still sitting there on the train, and Hamilton only about a second or so in front of Valtteri. We had to sandwich ourselves in between the 2 championship protagonists from the whole season. Verstappen, our first target as we go down towards turn number 4. Going towards the inside of the racetrack on the Dutchman and go for that move on the inside towards the left-hander. Can we make it go around the outside? Yes, we can. And now we're up into 3rd, into the podium places. Bottas, though, is our next target. The driver, of course, denied us so cruelly of our first race win in Monza. Bottas is now our next adversary on the road towards P1 onto lap 31. DRS is in deploy, and it's just gaining and gaining and gaining all the time on Bottas, and forward to the outside of the racetrack. He defends the inside. We'll go around his outside towards turn 1. P2 is now in our possession, and the race win is so tantalizingly close at this point, ladies and gentlemen, with just 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, 6-time world champion, is now our last target towards a mesmerising first win in Formula 1. On to the end of lap number 32 now, through the stadium section, roaring us on as he chased down the reigning world champion. And we're in a great position here to try and take the lead through DRS. 4 laps to go and across the line here in Mexico, and looking for our first career victory off of Lewis Hamilton. Down the main straight, DRS spat's going to play. There goes the rear wing wide open, charging towards turn 1, following in the wake of that Mercedes. The sparks flying here as he charged down towards turn 1, going to pull to the left-hand side of the racetrack, around the outside for the race lead. There we go, clearing him before the first corner, around the outside, and the race win is now in our possession, if not for a few more laps in this Grand Prix. Hamilton now in our mirrors, everyone in our mirrors, and we are now in P1 and leading the way outright in this Grand Prix. The strategy has worked to perfection, a masterstroke if you will, and with only a few more laps to go, this race win looks as good as ours. On to lap 35 and we got to get back begin the final lap. Yellow flag in the second sector, looks like one of the racing points. That's Lance Stroll out of the race, but Hamilton is still behind us. He's put us under consistent pressure, and our soft tyres won't hold out much longer. They try and break the toe going towards that first corner. Hamilton follows our wake towards turn 1. They pull to the outside, get close enough. There he goes around the high side. Can he outbrake us into turn 1? Go back to his inside for the first corner, and jumping back in front, Hamilton backs out of it, and we maintain P1 only for a bit longer. I haven't got much longer to hold on now. Just a few more corners in this Grand Prix as we come through towards the end of the second sector. Lance Stroll is stricken racing point, lays there on the right side of the track. Not our concern at the minute. We wobble there out of turn number 11. Hamilton might try and take advantage, but I think he's close enough, and that could be the end of the matter after being denied so cruelly just 2 Grand Prix ago in Monza on the final lap. This time we will banish those ghosts, and for the last couple of corners the stadium section rises, confetti starts to rain down as it normally does here in Mexico. Hamilton might go for one last chance in the last corner, won't do it, out of turn 17 for the final time, and to take a fantastic first victory in Formula 1 over the line. That's it, P1, we actually managed to do it. P1 for AlphaTauri. And that was a fantastic race. I don't have the words for that. Hamilton second, Verstappen nabs third place from Bottas in the end. But what a Grand Prix. Wow, what a win.
So after a day of mixed fortunes up and down the field, we bring today's race to a close. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
And it's time now for the podium celebrations, and how well deserved is this one? This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. AlphaTauri are your winners here today.
So for the first time then, we stand on the top step of the podium in F1 Ultimate Career. Of course, we didn't even win a race in F2. It was P2 the entire way round, and a fantastic 25 points coming our way. Let's see how that affects the drivers' table.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
But it's absolutely got to be Alexander Albon, no hesitation. He put in a performance today that's only going to build further upon his already growing reputation.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula 1.
Let's have a look at the rest of the top 10. So Bottas comes home in 4th place in the end, Norris 5th, Leclerc 6th, Albon fights back to 7th, Ocon 8th, Sainz 9th, and Sergio Perez takes the last points on offer. Gasly just outside of the points by about a second or so in the end of it. But there's the Drivers' Championship. We're up into P5 now. Leclerc 13 points away from us. We could take absolute best of the rest in P4 with another result like that, but I doubt we will. Vettel now 11 points drift from us in 5th, 6th place. Bottas leads Verstappen by 18 with 2 rounds to go. And AlphaTauri now 19 points clear of McLaren in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes with the title wrapped up. Red Bull 2nd, Ferrari 3rd. Can we hold on to that as a big advantage to go into these last 2 rounds? It's like an almighty slip up for us to lose that. But guys, that is the end of this episode of the F1 Ultimate Career Series. I do hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more future F1 content. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys, and goodbye.